For the latest top tips, reviews and advice, please subscribe below.
Hello and welcome to Attwoolls Outdoors with me, Mike. Today I'm going to give you guys a bit of a review video on an awning from CampTech. So this is the CampTech Kensington. So the Kensington basically is a full inflatable awning designed more for sort of touring, even though it necessarily has kind of an all-season coating on the fabric. So it's still designed as more of a touring awning, very much similar to like your Suncamp Icon and also your Daremas as well. The difference being is in the more traditional look, so yet again you don't have to go as kind of deep to get the maximum amount of space. Certainly the sort of more traditional look, I think traditional is not necessarily a bad thing, it looks really nice and smart, but the thing you benefit is that flat front means you've got furniture all the way to the front. So all season goes from size up to 6 to 21, which is a really nice broad spectrum of range there, but also you've got your level of spec as well. If you've not heard of CampTech before, they're a manufacturer of awnings rather than a brand. So they manufacture and a brand at the same time. So what this means they can actually do is almost cut out the middleman in terms of distribution, and then that way you find that actually in terms of price points, they're incredibly keen, and you'll find that, you know, it might be 20 to 30% less than another brand, just because they've sort of, you know, they're able to streamline that cost and pass it on to the customer itself. Generally, you've got a single inflation point located on the middle, and you've got a real nice sort of high volume dual action hand pump to allow you to pump it all up, so it can go up very quick and very simple. You've got the flexibility that you've also got multiple deflation points as well, so located on each side. Just that means getting it back in the bag isn't a big faff. The traditional look, you've got sort of, you're going a nice sort of extension just to give yourself a little bit more shelter on the front panels. And the front panels, depending on what size you go for, will either be sort of 4 windows or 6 windows. So do check the size range in our link below to the product itself. Traditional kind of look, but the zip panels I quite like is the fact you can remove the front 2 panels and the side 2 panels completely, allowing you to almost create like a little gazebo if you wanted to for a nice day. Admittedly then the weather does turn, you can seal it up quite happily. The doors itself can be sort of put in back in stages, so you can kind of have sort of a quarter open, or obviously remove 2 panels, and there's a little pole as well just in there to give a bit more support sort of to that beam and keep that sort of structured shape looking really nice and smart for those sort of windier weathers. Other details and small finer things like little guy rope points located down here, so if you want to add guy ropes, they're not supplied with them, but if it's sort of a bit more belts and braces, that works really well. Same with you on the webbing strap side of things, so you've got 50mm webbing straps located here, yet again not only firstly at the front but also at the back, just how it gives you a bit more support, and like I said, for those sort of stormier weathers. The panels on the side work really nicely, that you obviously, because you can remove them, you've got small little side entrances located here, so you can roll it back a little bit, slip in when you need to as well, so you don't have to sort of hold the panel up. And by having the window line central, when we look up in a second, you've got almost like that sort of power out window working all the way around. Your PVC sort of mud wall skirts there, as well as your ladders as well, so you've got multiple adjustments depending on what sort of level or ground you're on, so you can actually peg it quite nicely. But we'll have a little, take the camera up, have a little look inside and talk through more features. So now you can probably see a bit better when we sort of come around this way. So even as a 240 depth, it's quite actually generous in the way it works. And yet again, the front panels work really quite nicely. You can get sort of that crystal clear PVC window. A little vent is located at the top here to allow airflow into the awning. And also one thing there is to mention is there's a pole located in the roof. Now that's mainly to stop sort of water pooling if you get a bit more downpour. But the way it's designed is obviously it flushes the water out quite nice and neatly. And now we're inside, you can probably get a bit more of an idea about it. But like I said, being that as all season, you benefit from having the full length of your caravan, and it also means that it seals the side of the caravan a lot better than a traditional porch awning. The tubes are located in there, and like I said, you've got a single inflation point from the middle that goes up, and then you've got these little distribution valves located up here, and isolation taps with a real nice clear on and off switch, so you know what's going on with the awning itself. Traditional style curtains located on the side as well, and then you've got little track runs that can come in. You've got a little retaining loop just located down here, as well as a little bit of sort of webbing just to kind of keep that window, the curtain of the window, nice and tight to the actual part of the awning. It means you get great clarity and also great privacy. There's the additional pole you can see located there, nice and easy. It's on just a sort of extendable with a nice clamp system, just to give a bit more support to that middle beam. Like I say, if it's a nice sort of day, it's not as imperative, but I would always put it in, to be perfectly honest with you. The other panels on the window actually has got a full mesh sort of running through the top half of it, so that way you can help with airflow and get a bit more breathability into the part as well. There are the options of roof linings to go in here, so again, it just means that you can help with condensation, also hide sort of beams, just to make it that sort of climate control if you wanted to. Other things to mention, obviously things like a draft skirt is included with the actual awning itself, as well as, you know, it's got this ideal of an optional extra with little lighting systems that work really nicely, and you've got an extra sort of toggle points here, so you can put in a bedroom inside the awning. Failing that, if you wanted to, there are the ability of putting Awnings on either side, so again you've got sort of full-on flexibility located pretty much everywhere as you like. I would probably recommend going for sort of maybe two storm kits with this, like I said, one for the sort of back section and then one for the front section here, and you can actually, probably most importantly, another one there just to brace it, because it's quite a flat front. With traditional awnings you kind of have one there, so it's worth looking at that as well. But really exciting model. Certainly for more information, do check our website, the link below, to all the sizes and the prices. Obviously it does vary what kind of caravan you got, but if you have more questions or queries, do feel free to contact us, as we can be able to help you or give you more information on the product itself. But that's kind of our little Attwoolls outdoors review on the CampTech Kensington full awning, designed for more touring use.